Background and reason for the flood. Genesis 6. Humanity had become deeply corrupt, and wickedness had spread throughout the earth. God observed that the inclination of human thoughts was continually evil, and this brought great sorrow to his heart. He decided to cleanse the world with a flood, but he chose Noah, a righteous and blameless man, to preserve life. Noah walked with God and was therefore chosen for this special mission. Building the ark. Genesis 6 verses 14 to 22. God gave Noah detailed instructions for building the ark. It was to be made of cypress wood, with compartments, and coated with pitch inside and out to make it waterproof. The dimensions of the ark were impressive: 300 cubits long, 50 cubits wide, and 30 cubits high, approximately 440 feet long, 75 feet wide, and 44 feet high. The ark was to have a roof, an opening 1 cubit below the roof, a side door, and 3 stories. Noah was to take his family and a pair of each kind of animal, as well as enough food for everyone. The beginning of the flood. Genesis 7. When Noah was 600 years old, God commanded him, his wife, his sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and his daughters-in-law to enter the ark. After 7 days, the waters of the flood began to cover the earth. The fountains of the great deep burst forth, and the floodgates of heaven were opened, resulting in 40 days and 40 nights of unceasing rain. 1. The entire earth was submerged, and the ark floated on the waters. The duration and impact of the flood. Genesis 7 verses 17 to 24. The waters prevailed over the earth for 150 days, covering all the mountains and destroying all life on earth. Only Noah, his family, and the animals on the ark survived. 1. The biblical description emphasizes the totality of the destruction, noting that everything that had the breath of life perished. The waters receding and the ark leaving. Genesis 8. After 150 days, the waters began to recede. The ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat. Noah sent out a raven, which flew back and forth until the waters dried up. Then he sent out a dove, which returned without finding a place to land. After 7 days, Noah sent out the dove again, and it returned with an olive leaf in its beak, indicating that the waters had receded. Noah waited another 7 days and sent out the dove a third time, but it did not return, signaling that the earth was dry. 2. God then commanded Noah to leave the ark with his family and the animals. God's covenant with Noah. Genesis 9. God made a covenant with Noah, promising never to destroy the earth with a flood again. The rainbow was given as a sign of this covenant. God also blessed Noah and his sons, instructing them to be fruitful and replenish the earth. He established new rules for humanity, including the prohibition of eating meat with blood and the institution of the death penalty for murder. 3. Lessons and meanings. The story of the flood and Noah's Ark is rich in lessons about righteousness, obedience, and redemption. It highlights the importance of living according to divine principles and trusting in God, even in the face of adversity. Noah's obedience is an example of unwavering faith, and God's covenant with him is a reminder of God's mercy and faithfulness. 3. Additional reflections. In addition to its moral and spiritual lessons, The story of the flood has been the subject of much study and interpretation over the centuries. Some see parallels with other flood narratives in ancient cultures, suggesting a common historical event that inspired these stories. Others focus on the theological symbolism and the message of renewal and hope that the story conveys.